Hello, guys. Welcome to Matt and Nen podcast. My name is Matt.
My name's Nen.
We just wanted to wish you, first and foremost, before we proceed to the topic of today, wanted to wish you a happy new year and to give thanks to those that have been supporting us since the beginning of this podcast.
Thank you and Happy New Year. It's been some time since last we recorded for you. We just wanted to thank you and Happy New Year. Hopefully you are doing well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a crazy year, right? I mean, there's a lot of things that are happening in the world, and a lot of things are also happening in back at home in South Sudan. So we also wanted to take the moment to pay respect to those that have died, in since the beginning of the year because of the ongoing conflict in the country, in different parts of the country. We're not going to go into the details today, but we want to make sure that we remember those people that have passed away as a result of conflict, obviously. So
Yeah, we just want to put a big prayers for the family who have lost people, who has lost close friends and family back home. It's not an easy time for them. Just want to put a prayer out for you. Know that we are all together. We're trying to make our country a better place for us to live in. But unfortunately, it would take courage to make it a better country.
Today, we wanted to speak about people that we have recognized that there are a lot of South Sudanese who live abroad, who live in the diaspora, and compared to many other Africans, we have observed that not a lot of them are returning back home to do business in their places of origin. So this is what we wanted to discuss today and see what other people think about this as well. Maybe it's something that some of our viewers consider as something that is important. So we also thought that would be something that is nice to talk about.
Yeah, what Matt is saying is the reality. He asked me questions and to confirm why not many South Sudanese are going back home to start a business, start a university, start school, or maybe just go to your village and start something up for your people. When compared to the other citizens of Africa, we can see some of us maybe are doing things in Uganda, Kenya, or Tanzania. So we just want to see what's the reason? Why are we not doing this business in our own country? What's stopping us?
I mean, first and foremost, I think it would be fair to mention where are many of the diaspora community living. The many diaspora community of South Sudanese origin. Where do they? I mean, which countries are they living as? In line numbers.
I'm not really 100% sure, but I think America, followed by Australia, and then Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Those three countries, they have a lot of population of South Sudanese origin. I don't know about Europe somewhere, but particularly the Australian community, there's a lot of South Sudanese Australian, a big number of them. When you go to America, some of those guys left long time ago. I will not even consider them as South Sudanese anymore because they are Americans. They consider themselves as American, but
we also, I mean, in among those that live, for example, in the US, there are many South Sudanese that consider themselves. I mean, even though they were born there, especially we saw during. For the basketball team, we have a lot that play for South Sudan, even though they're Americans. So I think that sort of contribution we have to acknowledge. But the issue is like in the sectors that does not, concern talent, but also talent. When it comes to sports, I don't think a lot of people are, choosing to play or to represent South Sudan during major tournament. Aside from basketball, this is what I've seen.
Well, for us to represent South Sudan and the country that you live in, if that country has given you opportunity, you may need to take it. Compared to South Sudan, you will have to wait for them. You have to go for trials, and you may not get that opportunity. So if you have that chances in that country, you may as well take it instead of waiting for that chance. So maybe South Sudan will see you playing for the country and they'll ask you to come and play for them. But in reality, you will have to go for someone who have considered you as a person. Some of us left South Sudan for a better life, and then they have seen us as a good people. We contribute a lot. We create opportunities, and they supported us. So we have to play for the country and represent them.
No, I'm not. I do not disagree with the fact that you choose which country to represent, but those countries, they do not lack the talent. They do not lack the numbers. For example, you talk about the U.S. It's a country of 350 million. They will never lack. They will never lose out because of one person or two persons that represent South Sudan. But the big question, I think, is why is it that people are not coming back? Why people are not investing? Why people are not living? Why people are not, giving back? Giving back. I'm sure there are many other people. There are some people that are giving back, but why is it that people are not returning to settle and to do things that are more, permanent in the country? Those who live abroad.
I think I can maybe answer a few of them in terms of educations. We have lecturers outside the country. We have many lecturers, doctors that can come and teach in many university, or they can open university. But where they are, they see that they're being valued. They are the people who are being respected. When they come to our country, people may not like them because sometimes our people are known for being jealous, because if someone comes from a different country, what they assume is that this person is going to come and take my job. This person is going to come and change all the rules. This person is going to make this country look like where they come from. But they're just contributing their part to the country. So if we don't welcome them, it will not make them come to that country.
But the problem is that, what I observe is that for those South Sudanese that live in foreign countries, once they come back, for example, to Africa, they would rather, settle in other East African countries like Uganda, Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania, whatever, than being back in South Sudan. Because, there are many ways that you can contribute. It's not necessarily that you come and build a school or teach, but there are other things. We talk about businesses, opening up businesses. Why is it that, people are not doing that?
Well, if you say East Africa, Uganda, or Tanzania, or Kenya, these countries are well developed. The leaders there are putting the development of the country. If you go to Juba, I'll have to look for a mosquito net to make sure that I don't get malaria. I have to make sure that I have a solar because that power is not consistent. I have to make sure I look for water from a truck. That truck have to deliver water to my house. There's no water system. So all of these, the country is not well equipped for us to return home. I cannot return to the living standard. I'm not going back to where I was before. I will not accept that. If Kenya or Uganda or Tanzania is having at least a similar lifestyle to where I am now, I will settle there and then watch from far how South Sudan is doing.
But if indeed this is the perception of many people, because how then should we be involved? How should we be expected to take part in the issues of the country? Because a lot of the people in diaspora are involved. You see, there are people that are going live. They're contributing through, I don't know, social media, through things. Why do those people then want to be part of the country if you do not want to contribute in some way?
Well, we would like to. We would like to come home. We would like to come and contribute our part.
Yeah.
The problem is that the people who are there, they think they own the country.
Yeah.
Even if you tell them this is not how things are done, the first thing they tell you is to say, come to Juba. Come to Juba. For what? Are you physically going to hurt me, or what are you going to do if I challenge you to do something better? The country has a lot of resources, but people don't want to develop that country. If you don't have the knowledge, just put your hands up and people can come and help you.
I couldn't agree more.
People call us, say, if you're from diaspora, come to Juba. Do you know what that comes to do? It means you go to Blue House, you get arrested. We are not going to do that type of thing. So they can have the country, they can run it the way they want.
No, I understand.
Our expertise,
I understand your point in that regard.
Yeah, you can't threaten us all the time. But, come to Juba. What is that?
The thing is that, they say that if you want to change something, you have to do something about it. We have seen in many countries. I mean, you look at countries that have come out of conflict over the years. You look at what happened in Rwanda. They had conflict for many years, but many of their people they returned to develop, to build, and to make sure that the horrors of genocide in '94 are forgotten. If we do not have the courage to say that we would like to change the narrative, we would like to change how people perceive those that are outside, because of course, I mean, when you go to a place, it's like when you go to your neighbor's house and tell them, you should put this cup here, you should put this plate here, they will feel, attacked.
I don't think if that's how the diaspora people are doing it. We see things from far away.
Yeah.
We contribute to that economy.
Yeah.
We send money back home.
I'm not sure how much. I'm not sure how much money is going actually to deep into South Sudan. Huh?
They don't reach to South Sudan.
Yeah.
They go within the East African country because this is where children are getting education. Yeah. In South Sudan, there's no education where you could say that
there's no good education.
This kid, there's no education. Those standards, those things being taught in school, kids are not going to use it in real life.
Yeah,
they're not going to use it in real life. So you need to teach something that is going to be beneficial to these children.
But I mean, the point for me is, you look at, for example, I mean, I don't want to put the bar so high. You look at Ibrahim Traoré, you know, he came back and, he did what he did and took back, the country. That is because he has love for the country. He had also a better life. He had a better life wherever he was. And he came back and took part in it, and now he's working to change it. So what I'm asking myself is that we have a lot of young people with the skills, with different type of talents. Why we cannot push to go back and change the country and take back the country to make it better? Because we can say that we're going to wait for those older people to finish what they're doing, and then time will come for us. But it will never happen. We need to be able to get back the country by any means necessary. So this is what I'm saying. It can be through business. It can be through, through lobbying.
Let me tell you this.
Yeah.
I don't think the issue is the older people.
Yeah.
The issue are the younger people.
Yeah.
The issue is that they don't want to accept that they don't have the knowledge to actually grow the country. So us, the people who live away from the country, we become a threat for them. I can tell you that they're jealous of us. And that's the best simple meaning of it.
But maybe you're jealous of them as well.
No, because I cannot leave my job and go to the place that I don't have a job, that I'm actually using my own pocket money to help people.
But I think one way for us to be able to build these bridges, because I think it can also be a misunderstanding. You understand?
I don't think it's a misunderstanding.
It is. It can be. In my opinion, it's a misunderstanding.
We are being targeted
because we are being targeted.
We are willing to go home, but
there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people that have returned. I mean, you look at the government today. I mean, there are a lot of people that
I have seen people who have returned. They will be there for 6 years. On the 7 years, they will come back to where they started.
But maybe it's not
7 or more years.
But maybe it's not the right connections.
You don't have to have a connection. This is your country. You have the skill. You have the paperwork.
I mean,
you should be able to be supported by your own people.
I mean, in the whole of Africa, unfortunately, even in the West, everywhere, you need connections. That's just a fact. We cannot dispute this. Of course, if you have a skill, coupled with some connections, then you are lucky. In every place, you need.
So how are we going to get a connection?
So what I'm trying to say.
What connection are we going to get in South Sudan?
What I'm trying to say is
yes.
Maybe
so you're telling us to come home and you still suspect us to have a connection to
what I'm saying is that maybe we need to sit down and have a dialogue, like maybe with those that are back home.
I don't think if we need dialogue.
Why
people
not?
Who are home need to just
because for them, I mean, you also have to understand where they stand, because for you they have to question your loyalty. For example, if you're a citizen of Canada, you have a backup plan. You understand what I mean? And you have a backup plan. But for them, do they have a backup plan? He has one passport. So if he fucks it up, I mean that's it for him.
What's your language? What's your language, please?
So yeah, I mean,
just what's your language?
Yeah, I get it. I mean, apologies. I mean, this is what I'm saying, that we need to have a dialogue. I think you can agree with me in this regard.
I'm not going to agree with you because people back home do not want us to come home.
But have you ever asked yourself why? Don't say jealousy, because
no, it's jealousy.
No, but because why do you think that they would be jealous?
Because the issue is that the way that rules are set up, the way that regulations are set up, it's not set up for a country to grow.
No, the regulations.
If you are going to ask me to pay tax, and that tax is falling into someone's pocket,
but this is what
I'll
I'm
not
saying.
Be happy.
I mean, there is a difference between,
So those are the managers.
There's a difference between the general population and, the authorities. Because I think the first thing that we need to build is relationship with the general population. Because this is where the misunderstanding. Because those who run the government, people always blame, it's the government. No, a corrupt official does not come out of nowhere. I remember somebody someone said before that, those who make corrupt officials are the population. So
I agree with that.
First, we need to have a dialogue with the population.
Yes.
And to be able to be on the same page, because we need to. It's like, when you have a better skill than me.
Yes.
When you challenge me or you tell me something, and I'm not confident about myself, I will feel like you're attacking me. You understand what I mean? So what I'm saying is that in order for us to engage, at equal level, we need to exercise a bit of humility.
I understand.
Not to come and say, I know better.
We do not say that.
Yeah,
we do not say we know better.
Yeah.
We say that we can do better as a country.
Yeah.
We can do this because we have money.
Yeah.
The country have money.
Yeah.
We can sell the oil in future.
Yeah.
So that whoever is going to do the development of our country. I don't want to be going to South Sudan and then the next minute I have to go to Juba Teaching Hospital where the people sleep on the floor. I don't want that.
No, absolutely.
Because I work hard for my money. My money should be working for me.
Yeah.
And that's why I will choose going to Nairobi, because I'll be a hospital that I can buy.
But I think this is also something, because, I also saw that...
So you cannot tell us to come back to a cattle camp because Juba is a cattle camp. Okay? Someone who has left 15, 20 years ago will not come back to a cattle camp. We have made life for ourselves. We work hard. We want to change life. Okay, the reason why we want to come home is because we still have attachment to that country, So for you to actually challenge us and say, come, threatening us, it's not the way that countries are built,
But again, I'm going back to the fact that we need to have a dialogue with those that are there.
But what type of dialogue do you want? We are ready to come tomorrow if you can assure me that my life is going to be safe. That do you know who am I? That word is not going to come out. Do you know who am I? Those type of behavior are the thing that
I get it. For it. No, absolutely. I mean, I think
we cannot do that type of behavior.
Again, I think all these things, from the way I say it, is coming from a place of feeling less in terms of exposure, in terms of knowledge and all these kind of things. I think in order for us to have a good rapport with these people, we need to be to exercise a bit of brotherhood, to look at them as equal partners. Because again, I mean, it's the same thing. When the colonialists came, many years ago, the African did not just say, "Okay, come in, you're welcome." When they started with fighting, the African fought back until, of course, they had a better weapon and stuff.
Don't go too far.
No, I'm not going too far.
You're going too far. Don't compare us with the colonialism.
No, but this is the perception. Because, for example, if they see you live, for example, in Europe or in Australia or Canada for 15 years, to them, you're not the same person.
What about them when they spend 20 years in East Africa?
No, but this is still Africa.
It doesn't matter.
No, it's matters. This still Africa is not the same. I mean, for them...
So people who come from East Africa to South Sudan, do they face the same challenge as us?
I mean, there is layers. There are different layers to it. For example, somebody who is in South Sudan, somebody who is in East Africa, they do not have a massive difference because they can see each other daily. I mean, you have to agree with me that this is based on my observation. So I get it. I mean, there are layers. Somebody who is in South Sudan understands somebody who is inside the country, and then closer to somebody who is in East Africa. And then you can talk about those who are living far. So,
but my point is,
So what I want is that for us to be able to to debunk this misunderstanding is to have an open conversation.
We can't have an open communication or open dialogue. We don't want to have that. You make the country make us welcome.
No, but you cannot.
Those who are in the country make the country.
But you do not have to push the responsibility.
We're not pushing it. We will see it from here that that country wants us to come back.
The thing is that sometimes the people in the country have a misunderstanding with those who are living outside.
Let me tell you this.
Yeah.
At your residential, have you ever had issue with the lift that goes up and down?
No.
Technical issue?
No.
You never have technical issue?
Yeah.
All right. In your house, have you ever had a technical issue with electrical stuff?
I mean, not really, but...
Did you call someone?
Of course.
Who did you call?
I mean, I would call like an electrician, yeah.
Electrician.
Yeah.
So the people from diaspora, when you call us, it's the same definition how you call electrician. Listen, because we are aware that we live in a country where we don't have to study that country, but we know the law.
No, but I think this is not a fair comparison.
No, I'm just telling you.
You cannot generalize. It's not like every person who lives in a diaspora has the skill to be able to bring to the country.
Well, we're not saying everyone.
Yeah, but
as individual.
But you cannot compare.
There are individuals.
It's not.
If you need us,
you
if
cannot,
you need us, the people
you cannot compare
outside the country, you will call us.
No,
you will say,
but
we need you for
now the question is, out of 10 people, how many people are we talking about?
Well, if we get 2, that's fine.
Yeah, but
because the 2 can teach the
maybe population. Also we need to ask ourselves, maybe those people in the country, they had better experiences. Maybe they had better experiences with people in the diaspora. You get what I mean? I mean, because something cannot stem out of nowhere, because many of the people that are in the country, those guys are their relatives.
Yes.
It's the same as working for a government. I mean, they're relatives and stuff. So what I'm saying is, we need to sit and accept that if you have to look at yourself in 2 ways. Are you a visitor? Are you a member? Or you are an advisor? Because you have to choose where you belong. Because if you are a member, it means that you have to look at those problems as yours. If you are a visitor and then you come and observe, and go back. If you are an advisor, you observe and you give your feedback of things that could be done better based on the experience that you have.
Well,
but you cannot expect somebody to say, hey, Mr. Nen, please come to Juba and solve this problem for us. No.
But what I'm saying is this. You got to make it welcome.
Yeah.
We have to feel that we are coming home as a members.
Yeah.
That the issue of South Sudan is also our issue.
Yeah. Exactly.
You get me?
But this is
because if people are suffering and the solution for that problem, and we're not allowed to come, or we don't feel welcome, or you do not acknowledge that you don't have that skills or the way how things are done in that area, but you push for it. Are you telling me that people in Juba, there's no one person that can connect the city with water?
No, I mean, this is
telling me there's no one person that can do that planning?
I think this
for how many years now? 2011, 15 years.
This is more a structural problem. I think the biggest issue is not, I mean, you can have, there are countries in Africa, even South Africa, which is the most advanced country, they have problem with electricity. The problem is not about connecting water. I think that are basic. It's good to accept, for example.
Water is basic.
Water is basic. It's there. But
so if you cannot figure out how to
you cannot judge a country. You cannot judge that country.
I will continue judging.
No. Let's talk about things that are fundamental. Even those countries that, I'm not going to defend, I have a lot of problems that I don't like. There's no country that's better in Africa, I have to be honest with you. They have different issues. It's just levels.
I agree.
So what I'm saying is that first and foremost, there are basics. The population themselves need to have access to certain things. Because you can talk about water in Juba, but this is not the biggest issue that the people in the food is, if they have nothing to eat, water comes second, I think, to food.
I don't think food is provided by the government.
No, it provides.
The government have to create that environment so that people can make their food.
Yeah.
It has to make sure there's a security so that people can make their own food.
What I'm trying to say, what I'm saying is that, everything that you've said, I agree with. What I'm trying to say is that we have to put ourselves in a position where we feel like we belong, first and foremost. And then second, try to offer.
Let me tell you, my friend.
Yeah.
No one in South Sudan love that country more than the people who are outside. Let me tell you that.
But
all the time we look like this because we want to come back.
But do you think?
But you guys make it too hard for us to even step foot.
Don't say you guys because I am not part of the elites that are running the country.
Well, you're part of the group.
No.
You're part of the group because you guys don't complain. If you don't complain, then there's no problem. It's like the country move forward.
No, I mean,
and when we complain, people say, "Oh, you guys are from diaspora. You're doing this. You do." No, it's not like that. We want you guys to have a good life. We want people to.
No, I mean, there is no good life in any place. I mean, I've visited many countries. You know, every country has its own problem.
That's a standard.
No, there's a standard. But what I'm trying to say, a good life is defined by the person themselves.
Yeah, but that's minimum.
Yeah,
that's at minimum at least.
Yeah. I mean,
and if that person can't get that minimum standard, then the government shift in and help them.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is that we need to look at, you know, these people, they suffered. I mean, for example, somebody who left South Sudan 20 years ago, or 30 years ago, let's say, when there was still fighting between Khartoum and South Sudan, the perception of those that remain behind is that you left them, you know, in a hell of fire. Now, who are you to come now to tell them, you know?
Well, some of us left at very young age.
So if we were but they don't care because they're just looking at you as human resource. You could have been, you know, I don't know. You could have been a fighter, for example. So for them, what they're saying is that we fought for this country, and it is everywhere. You know,
when I left, there was no war. When I left, there was no war in 2005. Peace was signed in CPA. CPA was signed in Nairobi by John Garang.
No. You didn't. When you left South Sudan, it was not 2005. When you left, there was conflict. Otherwise, why would you leave?
Yes. Some of us left for school.
No, but the reason why there was school is because there has been conflict.
You can't tell me because you went for 20 years, you ran away from conflict. The conflict was a sheep before even 2000.
No.
We assumed that we knew that we won, that we were going to get our independence. It was a matter of time before the accident happened to John Garang. We already got our independence, so there's no need for war.
There was conflict. Yes. Let's agree. Basically, there was conflict. That's the reason why many people left.
So what I'm saying is, you just have to accept that some of you think that you own that country more than the people that live outside.
Yeah, but you can.
We contribute heavily.
No,
heavily to that country.
No, you don't. I mean,
what do you mean we don't?
You can disagree. You can disagree.
If you go to every ministerial within the government, you will see most of them are educated outside or come from Australia, USA, Canada. The people who are aiming to actually build that country.
That one I did not agree. But in as much as, you know, they contribute, but they are also benefiting one way or the other. I mean, you look, we can talk about people. I mean,
we don't have to mention names.
There are few. Let me just be honest. There's no billionaire who lives in diaspora. There's no South Sudanese billionaire who made their money as a billionaire outside the country. Do you agree with this?
I agree.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is it's a win-win for both.
Yeah, but
whoever is coming back,
it's just small numbers of people.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that, you know, we should not only look at things that you bring, you know, but also what you get out, because even if you go back, you're doing it for for the country and your people and for your family. So what I'm saying is, I think the basic that we can agree on is that there is a need for people in drive to accept that, you know, okay, whatever it is, you know, tell them we've seen that you've suffered. They've suffered. They've seen cholera. They've seen flood. They've seen, you know, everything that you can imagine. They have
These are avoidable. This thing can be avoided.
No, they're not. They have existed. What do you mean avoidable? They're not. You cannot just take them out of there. No.
Yeah, some of them can.
Which country in Africa do you know that has eradicated malaria? Let me just ask you.
No, don't worry. Yeah, so malaria, you can have a preventative measures. How not to get malaria.
This is too, you know, for someone to think like this. Even for example, could you have prevented the pandemic COVID-19?
COVID-19 is a world thing.
Yeah, but
what about cholera?
No, but cholera also
why is it only in South Sudan?
No, it's specific. It's not only in South Sudan. It's even in many parts of Africa.
Why?
What I'm saying is,
these are preventative things.
The question is, for example, you look at Ghana. Ghana is an example of a country in Africa that accepts people in the diaspora. No matter who you are, as long as you're black and you live abroad, you can go there, invest, and live there. And that is because, you know, they have provided the conditions for people to come. Not the people saying that the conditions in Ghana are not great. No.
Is South Sudan doing the same?
No, but this is what I'm saying. That
for their own people, are they doing the same?
No, what I'm saying is, this is what we should talk about. Not to say that this is not there, therefore I cannot go.
But what I'm telling you is that we are willing to come home.
Yeah.
More than willing, even tomorrow I'll pack my bag, I'll come home.
Yeah.
But guess what? You're just going to make it that it's welcoming me as a person, as a member of that nation, that I will contribute my part. Not to tell
but
me, this guy come from America yesterday.
No, but this is what, this I agree with you, that, that they need to provide the conditions for somebody to return.
Yes.
But let's not say that, the conditions in the place are not great. I'm not talking about the political condition. I'm talking about living conditions. If the living conditions are not great, we need to work to change them ourselves. If you go there, you contribute what you can. Maybe you help with public, infrastructure or, public hygiene.
How are you going to do that as an individual?
No, not an individual. You could advise. Bring some. You don't need to be, a word is enough. A word is enough. For example, if you say, okay, this can be done better like this.
And who's going to implement it?
No, but this is what I'm saying, that this is what we need to work with.
If the government is not willing to implement those type of things, you may not.
But this is what I'm saying that we need to work on to make sure that those authorities are, able to accept.
But they're not willing to cooperate with us.
So how do we get them to cooperate?
We don't. Us people who are outside the country, we put our hands up. We say, when you need us, you call us. If you don't need us, you deal with it.
But why don't you explain to them?
How? How do you explain to them?
No, explain to them.
How? How do you explain? And
if you're an intelligent person, you can come with some options. So this is what I'm saying. What do you think? What could you send as a message, to them? Not saying how. What would you send as a message to tell them that, what do you think I can contribute? Like, what would be your message?
I'm not going to tell them what do you think, because I know what I can contribute.
Yeah, so this is what I'm saying, that you need to say. This is what I'm saying, that tell them what you think need to change for you to be able to come back and provide the skill.
I don't have to tell them what to say or what to do for me to come home. They just need to make it welcome. The country have to be welcome. The living standard have to change. People don't live in 19th century.
Who will change the living conditions?
The people who think they are the leaders. If they think they can't do it, let them get out. Another person will come.
But, this is not...
because that environment, it's set up that nothing is never going to move. The way the environment is set up, nothing is ever going to move.
No, I agree with you.
Young people who are very intelligent are congratulating a stupid old person that had no idea of the world because he was elected or he was elected by.
That is a problem. That problem is not only it's. You see, the thing is that, okay, we can contextualize it to the country, but this is not a problem of Africans only. In the West as well, you have stupid people congratulating young people who are educated, congratulating wholly stupid people. Examples.
Well,
so
they don't congratulate it.
They do. If you vote for somebody
in our country,
if you vote for somebody who is stupid, and say something that is stupid, it's the same thing as congratulating somebody who is stupid.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
But for them, they don't aim for that person to give them money.
I know.
In our country, it's for their own benefit.
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how many people are able to get anything from that congratulation.
So what I'm saying is this: you got to make the country, set up for us to come.
Yeah.
Because when we start a business, that business, the registration, my business, I will start up a company.
Yeah.
I need electricity. I need water. I need road to get my goods around. If I can't do this, I cannot come into that country. You get it?
But then if you come in, what are you going to contribute? This is what if I may ask.
If I come in, that's what?
If you come in, let's assume those things are there.
Yes.
What are you going to contribute?
I know what I will contribute.
No, what is
my
it?
Business?
What is it?
I cannot tell people.
No, I'm not telling you. No, I'm not telling you that. Tell me exactly your business.
Yeah.
I'm talking about generally speaking. What do you think you could bring in?
I will tell you when I get there.
Is it a business? Is it a skill? This is what I'm asking.
I will bring anything that I think is good for our country.
But people will not tell you that come if they don't know the value that you're going to bring.
They will not tell me to come. I will go myself when I know that the country is set up for X and X. I'll come myself.
In any case, let's hope that the message will get out there.
No, the issue is that you cannot blame us. Why are we not coming back home to South Sudan?
I'm not blaming.
I'm more than happy to go to Kenya. I can go and set up all my business.
I'm not blaming. I'm just saying that today we were discussing about the fact that there is a divide in terms of understanding what is going on between those that are in the country and those that are abroad, because those that are in the country have this perception that they have been left to suffer. Therefore, understandably, they have the perception that they have a better, share in how the country should be run.
We do not disagree with that. We just said, if you need help, just make the country so welcoming for any person to come and do business.
Yeah.
People can come and do whatever they want, but just set it up so that anyone is welcome to our country. We don't like living outside. We would love to be at home. We would love to do something for our own people. We would love to contribute. Here in the West, our contribution, it had minimal. It's not so much. Even if I leave tomorrow, no one will actually miss me. But if I go home and change life of people, I will be acknowledged. You get me? So what I want is that you got to make the country so welcoming for us to be able to come home. We are ready to come home. But if you don't make it so welcoming, I don't think we're going to come and go back and live in the hut or go in the open toilet. We can't do that. Okay.
Thank you very much for this discussion. We lead it to our viewers also to share the what they think, what could be done differently. I think it's an important discussion because eventually, as we said, we have a lot of people right outside.
I know our viewers are listening and they are paying attention to what we are trying to say, but for our country to move forward, they have to welcome us. They have to acknowledge that they need us. If they don't need us, then we don't have to move anywhere. So whatever dialogue you're talking about, we're more than happy to sit down and have a dialogue with you, but we're not coming to change anything. We are coming to work with you. We're coming to show you what we have learned. You show us what you have learned, and we build our country together. For example, in the West, we have a lot of players. In soccer, we have a lot of players everywhere. If you welcome us, sometimes when they go for trial in South Sudan, a lot of them come back with injuries because those players don't want them to play for South Sudan. Why do you kick your own people that come to help you in your own country, play, do soccer practice? I'm not going to say anything about basketball because the basketball, all the boys that play there are from the West. Many of them are from Australia. So you have to make the country so welcoming so that we have that heart to come back. We are ready to come back. Even the children that are like this, they always want to come home. But if you don't make it so welcoming, they will not come back because we are comfortable at where we are. We don't go without food. We drink a lot of water every day. The human body need how much liters?
Free water.
At least 2 liters a day. Where can we get that in Juba? If I live in somewhere outside Juba, I can't get that.
Anyways, I think that's all we have time for. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. And again, we hope to hear your feedback. Please reach us as much as you can and share your views.
Thank you until then.
Thank you.